Hi y'all, this is Gigi. Today I want to tell you about a miracle that took place for a friend of mine's niece who was 7 years old. In the late 80s, my close friend called me in the evening to tell me her young niece was absolutely frantic with fear, inconsolable, as were her parents also. This young girl, whom I'll call Elle, had leukemia and had just had a bone marrow transplant. The bone marrow transplant had not worked, and in those days, at least at that time, if the transplant did not work, the person who had it only had 2 weeks left to live. So Elle was frantically screaming to her parents that she did not want to die. Her parents were Christians, but they were non-practicing Christians and had never told their daughter about Jesus or how to be saved. My friend asked if her and I could pray. And when we started to pray, it came to me that we should pray that Jesus himself would appear to her. The next morning, my friend called and said Jesus had appeared to Elle. And he had come to her carrying her little puppy who had died a little while earlier. And he had taken her into heaven with him and showed her around. And she even was able to play with angels while she was in heaven. When she woke up the next morning and went into her parents, she told them everything that had happened to her. She was no longer fearful. She was excited and just totally in love with Jesus. Within the 2 weeks, every single night, Jesus appeared to her and took her into heaven. And every day she came back and told her parents what had happened. On the last day that she was on the earth, she was laying in bed and her whole family was gathered around her. And she turned her face and looked at her mother and said, "Mom, can I go home?" And her mother said, "You are at home." And she said, "No, Mom. May I go home?" And her mom looked at her and said, "Yes." She turned her head and immediately was with Jesus in heaven. No suffering, no fear. She had totally been given perfect peace by Jesus. In Psalm 23:4, it says, "Even though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we will fear no evil because he is with us." God bless you all.